tell me, how does an average Muslim running a business or run by a business with a 9 to 5 job, bills to pay, and a family to raise, manage to wake up for Fajr, pray at least 30 rakats a day, recite Quran, do adhkar, learn Arabic, seek knowledge, give dawah, serve the community, maintain family ties, and handle all the worldly responsibilities every single day? It seems impossible. Most of us can't even stay consistent with Fajr for 90 days straight. We are sleeping through Fajr, prioritizing work, praying at home, and wondering why we feel spiritually off and completely lack barakah. But there was a man who accomplished all of this every single day within the same 24 hours you and I have. What was his secret? The reason the Prophet ﷺ, his companions, and the great people of Islam like Imam Ibn al-Qayyim and Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal managed to live such complete lives is because they used the Islamic day planner. Now, before I give that, let me ask you something. Why is there such a big gap between Fajr and Dhuhr? Why is it disliked to speak after Isha? You know, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala commanded the 5 daily prayers, He wasn't just giving us worship obligations. There's something much deeper. Think about it. Fajr, Dhuhr, Asr, Maghrib, Isha. These 5 prayers divide your day into 5 distinct blocks of time, each with its own purpose and energy level. And I'm sure you have heard scholars saying this all the time: build your day around Salah. But what does this actually mean? We already pray when it's time. Some of us are so spiritual, we drop everything the moment we hear the adhan. So we are doing it already, right? No, that's not what it means. Let me start with Fajr. Ibn Abbas radiallahu anha once saw his son sleeping in the morning and said to him, "Get up. Do you sleep at a time when the provisions are being distributed?" What? People work at Fajr? Bro, I pray Fajr half sleep. Well, then you want to hear this story about Sakar radiallahu anha. He was a merchant who would start working right after Fajr, and he became rich. You see, even the Sahabas used to get in the zone right after Fajr because they understood those hours after Fajr are special and full of barakah. Subhanallah, there's almost an 8-hour gap between the first 2 prayers. You see, Allah does not create things without purpose. That time after Fajr is designed for your deepest, most focused work. And not just Sahabas, the Prophet ﷺ would go out, solve community issues, give dawah, make decisions, and meet people. He accomplished the most important work of the day before Zohar. So if you're blessed enough to be from the people of Fajr, then you better use these golden hours and don't waste the opportunity of risk, because most people like me, if I don't go back to sleep after Fajr, I suffer from migraines. So I do my deep work at 8 p.m. instead. But whether it's after Fajr or in the morning, dedicate this time for deep work only. If you are building a business, this is when you work on your business, not in it. If you have a 9 to 5, this is when you upskill or work on your side hustle. The idea is that you plan out your day beforehand so that once your day begins, you don't waste time worrying about everything you have to do and all of the time it will take. Think about how often that happens. You've got important tasks on your plate, and when you have finally begun, once you have finished one task, rather than having a specific next task ready, well, we do what most people do today. Grab our phones and start scrolling through text or social media. Before we know it, 30 minutes to an hour have gone by and you're still unsure as to what you will get to next. That's why block scheduling is an extremely effective tool to not only keep you on track of all of your tasks, but to also hold you accountable throughout the day. If you use this time from Fajr till Dhuhr for deep work, that's a complete 8-hour cycle, and then you can probably chill for the rest of the day if you want. And also, when you're just starting out, 8 hours of deep work is not realistic, and it's really hard, really hard to concentrate for such a long period of time. So this is something you really have to train your mind and then gradually increase the duration from 2 hours to 4 to maybe 7 hours. So try to implement some of these things step by step if you're just starting out. But the goal should be that you do as much you can in your day while taking time for your prayers and for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to go to the masjid. Now, it's time to rejuvenate your brain and energy. So 20 minutes before Dhuhr, make wudu, pray the 4 sunnah rakats, and perform Dhuhr in the masjid. After prayer, eat your lunch, play with the kids, maybe take a short nap, and spend time with family, which I know for most of you is probably the hardest thing to do, but do it anyway for the sake of Allah, so it may remove any hatred influenced by shaitan. Now it's time to get back into work, but this time start with light work. For example, I don't like writing scripts for my videos. It's a very draining process. It's a part of content creation where I face the most resistance. I'd rather do chores, but once I set a 5-minute timer, it becomes easy to get into flow state. And that's why I prefer doing it in the morning. And right now, as I'm recording this video at 3 p.m., it's easier for me to speak than write. Once I'm done, I'll I'll upload everything to my computer and leave for Asr. But before I do that, tell me, why is that the daily adhkar are supposed to be prayed after Fajr and Asr? I mean, it could be after Isha when the day ends. Well, it's very simple because according to the Islamic system, your day ends before the sunset and the next day starts right after sunset. Subhanallah. And this is also the reason why your night dictates your day. If you had a coffee with your friend after Maghrib and then you top it off with a burger, you know what's gonna happen. You're not gonna fall asleep before 2 p.m. You will skip Fajr, wake up late, and that sets the tone for the entire day because of the choices you made last night. Anyway, after Asr, go light on yourself. This is time for fun activities. I either hit the gym or play football. Remember, this body is an amana and taking care of it with proper exercise is an act of worship. After Maghrib prayer, as we have just learned, that this is when the new day starts. So what I do is write a plan for the next day using time blocking method. Then I wrap up my remaining work before Isha. From 9 to 10 p.m. I dedicate time to gaining Islamic knowledge. In the times we live in, fitna is everywhere. If you don't seek beneficial knowledge, at some point you might start questioning Islam. May Allah protect us from becoming arrogant due to lack of knowledge about our deen. I then try to fall asleep between 10 and 11 p.m. to get a good 8 hour of sleep. And one thing I have learned over the years is that you should set time constraints. Like after Isha, I'm not doing anything related to work. I know you can work until 11 p.m., but you're not giving your mind and body time to reset and operate at the highest level the next day. If you replace those 2 hours of work after Isha with Fajr time, you'll be 10x more productive. Trust me on this one. Now, if you're still going to school or if you have a 9-to-5 job, it might be very hard to plan your day like this. Then I suggest you to become an entrepreneur. It's much easier to schedule your own time, but also maybe you have your own business that's taking more than 16 hours. In either case, you need a system that helps you make money and gets you high-paying clients 24/7 while you doing a few hours of deep work. Like it or not, the easiest way to do this is through content. You make simple videos showing how you or your business solves certain problems. When someone watching that video faces the same problem, they contact you to solve it for them as well. But if you want a step-by-step guidance and direct support from me on how to make videos that generate sales while working only 2 hours a day, then you can join the community I created for my Muslim brothers to share beneficial knowledge for growing your business and getting more clients online. Okay, that's it. That's all I've got to say. Allah Mabarak.